Orik Sjalfson, an 8th level dwarf fighter who is part of the Oaken Shields Mercenary Guild. Born on the 7th of Myrtle in 820, the year of the Shattered Flask, Orik was born into a family of minor nobility in the city of Gliston. Being located in a city that housed most of the military for the Shielded Islands, it was only natural that Orik's parents were both officers within the organisation, with a deep loyalty to the land that they came from. This loyalty was passed on to their son, who was also deeply loyal to the sovereign, though some would say later that he was loyal to a fault, as his country could do no wrong in his eyes. Despite this, he grew to be a good-natured dwarf who believed that all folk should be respected regardless of station, leading to him being generally well respected by his peers. When Orik grew to be of age at 65 years old, he joined the military to follow his parents' footsteps. However, he struggled with the military way of life, often arguing with officers of a higher ranking over the way that they treated people. He did not appreciate the way that those of a higher ranking would treat those of lower stations, and would often voice his thoughts on the matter. This earned him the respect of his peers, but not of his superiors, who only tolerated him due to his parents' station and his skill in combat. Orik served in the military for 97 years, making little progress in the rankings due to his slowly increasing frustration with how folks treated each other. In the year 982, the year of the young sapling, Orik heard talk of the mercenary guild being set up in Karnag. For the first time, he saw an opportunity to serve his country with his skill set that lay outside of the military organisation that he no longer appreciated. And so, he retired from the military and set out to the port city of Karnag, where he hoped he could serve and protect his home without the unpleasant environment that he had grown to resent. And so it was that Orik Sjalfson was one of the first to join the Oaken Shields Guild. Orik is an 8th level fighter with a defensive fighting style, with his chosen equipment being chainmail, battle axe and shield. He has considerable defensive ability. Adding to this are the feats Heavy Armour Master and Dwarven Fortitude. These reduce the damage he takes from physical attacks, as well as granting him the ability to recover health using hit die in combat. His third feat is Slasher, which allows him to slow his enemy's speed when he strikes at them with his battle axe. It also means that when he lands a critical strike on a creature, that creature has disadvantage on attack rolls until the start of Orik's next turn. This pairs well with his fighter archetype of champion, which expands his crit range to rolls of 19 and 20. Champion also means that Orik can add half his proficiency rounded up to strength, dexterity and constitution checks that he isn't already proficient in. His abilities include multi-attack ×2, second wind, and action surge. His multi-attack means that he can make 2 attack actions in a single turn, which he usually does so with his battle axe in a one-handed manner. Second wind gives him the ability to recover a limited amount of health as a bonus action, while action surge grants him an extra action during his turn in combat. However, he can only use these 2 abilities once per short rest. Orik's fighting style has the dwarf in the thick of in combat, acting as a shield to protect his companions. While he can't deal as much damage as other characters, he performs the role of tank very well due to his high armor class and health pool. When working with others, Orik will often hold enemies at bay, granting his companions the time and space they require to work their own ability. When he works solo, he relies on staying power and outlasting his opponent. He can fight for long periods of time, extended further by his limited ability to recover health, granting him the time to wear his opponents down before delivering the killing strike. Orik was one of the first to join the Oaken Shields Guild and as such has worked with most of the adventurers in the guild during the 5 years of its existence. However, He most often works with the dwarf paladin known as Kilbrack Verdure, as the two of them have grown to be close friends in their time at the guild. When a job requires more magical ability, he usually requests the aid of the Ganassi mage known as Ruby Kindle, an evocation wizard. There are few in the guild that Orik won't work with, as his generally good-natured personality makes him easy to get on with, though folks are careful not to say ill of the shielded islands around him, for it's one of the few things that still rile his temper.